The rise of Alexander the Great, how one man redefined power and warfare, and his unconquerable spirit, the ultimate exploration of his life, his battles, brilliance, and legacy, explained in 11 minutes. Introduction. The historical figure of Alexander the Great stands as a towering emblem of human ambition and military genius. Born in 356 BC in Pella, Macedonia, Alexander's life and conquests redefined the ancient world. His strategic brilliance on the battlefield, his ability to unify diverse people, and his visionary approach to leadership created a legacy that reverberates through history. Early life and education. A royal birth. Alexander III of Macedon was born to King Philip II and Queen Olympias. From a young age, he was groomed for greatness. Philip II, a formidable ruler who had unified Macedonia and expanded its territories, recognized the potential in his son. Olympias, a woman of strong character and influence, instilled in Alexander a belief in his divine heritage, often suggesting that he was descended from heroes and gods. The influence of Aristotle. At the age of 13, Alexander was entrusted to the philosopher Aristotle, who became his tutor. Aristotle's teachings shaped Alexander's worldview, instilling in him a love for knowledge, philosophy, and the arts. The young prince was introduced to the works of Homer, particularly the Iliad, which inspired him to emulate the heroic ideals depicted in the epic. This intellectual foundation would later influence his leadership style and military strategies. Ascension to power. The death of Philip II. In 336 BC, King Philip II was assassinated and the 20-year-old Alexander ascended the throne. His immediate challenge was to consolidate his power amidst potential rebellions. He swiftly dealt with dissenters, executing those who opposed him and securing his position through decisive action. Unification of Greece. Alexander's ambition extended beyond Macedonia. He sought to unify the Greek city-states under his rule. By 334 BC, he had achieved his goal, leveraging both military might and diplomatic skill. His campaign against Persia was not merely a quest for conquest, it was a mission to avenge the Persian invasions of Greece and to fulfill his father's plans for expansion. Military campaigns, the conquests, the invasion of Persia. In 334 BC, Alexander launched his campaign against the Persian Empire, which was the most formidable power of the time. His first major battle, the Battle of Granicus, showcased his tactical brilliance. Leading his cavalry, Alexander charged headlong into the fray, inspiring his troops and securing a decisive victory. The Battle of Issus. The following year, Alexander faced King Darius III of Persia at the Battle of Issus. Despite being outnumbered, Alexander's innovative tactics and ability to adapt on the battlefield led to a stunning victory. He demonstrated an uncanny ability to read the battlefield, maneuvering his forces to exploit weaknesses in the Persian lines. The Siege of Tyre. One of Alexander's most remarkable achievements was the Siege of Tyre in 332 BC. The city was a strategic coastal stronghold that resisted Alexander's forces for 7 months. Employing ingenuity and determination, he built a causeway to breach the city walls. His victory further solidified his reputation as an unstoppable force. The conquest of Egypt. After conquering Tyre, Alexander turned his attention to Egypt. He was hailed as a liberator and was proclaimed a pharaoh. In 331 BC, he founded the city of Alexandria, which would later become a beacon of culture, learning, and commerce. His respect for Egyptian culture and religion helped him gain the loyalty of the local population. The Battle of Gaugamela. In 331 BC, the pivotal Battle of Gaugamela marked the zenith of Alexander's military career. Facing Darius III once more, Alexander employed a combination of cavalry charges and phalanx formations to outmaneuver the Persian forces. Darius fled the battlefield, leading to the fall of Babylon and the eventual dissolution of the Persian Empire. Leadership and governance. The unconquerable spirit. What set Alexander apart was not merely his military prowess, but his visionary approach to leadership. He understood the importance of integrating conquered people into his empire. By adopting elements of Persian customs and governance, he aimed to create a unified empire that transcended cultural boundaries. The concept of Hellenization. Alexander's conquests initiated a process known as Hellenization, where Greek culture spread throughout the regions he conquered. He encouraged the fusion of Greek and local cultures, promoting trade, art, and philosophy. This cultural exchange had lasting effects, shaping the development of the Hellenistic world. The use of propaganda. Alexander was adept at using propaganda to bolster his image. He portrayed himself as a divinely sanctioned ruler, often associating himself with gods and heroes. His visits to oracles and the establishment of cults in his honor contributed to this image, fostering loyalty among his troops and subjects. Scandals and controversies. Relationship with Hephaestion. Alexander's close relationship with Hephaestion, his childhood friend and general, has often been interpreted as romantic. Their bond led to speculation and gossip, particularly in conservative circles of the time. The execution of Philotas. In 330 BC, Alexander ordered the execution of Philotas, a trusted general, after accusations of conspiracy. This act raised questions about loyalty and the harshness of Alexander's rule. Burning of Persepolis. After the conquest of Persia, the burning of the Persian capital Persepolis is often seen as an act of revenge and has led to debates about Alexander's motivations and the morality of his actions. Marriage to Roxana. Alexander's marriage to Roxana, a Bactrian princess, was both a political move and a source of scandal due to its implications for Greek and Persian relations. Adoption of Persian customs. Alexander's adoption of Persian dress and customs alienated some of his Macedonian followers, who saw this as a betrayal of Greek culture. Drunkenness and violence. Accounts of Alexander's drunken behavior, including the killing of his friend Clitus during a banquet, highlighted his volatile nature and the potential dangers of his excesses. Claims of divinity. Alexander's claims of divine heritage, particularly his association with the god Zeus, stirred controversy among his followers and in the regions he conquered. Challenges and downfall. The Indian campaign. In 326 BC, Alexander turned his gaze eastward, invading India. The Battle of the Hydaspes against King Porus was one of his most challenging encounters. Despite facing war elephants and a formidable army, Alexander's tactical ingenuity prevailed. However, the campaign took a toll on his troops, who were weary from years of continuous warfare. The return to Babylon. After facing resistance in India, Alexander's army, exhausted and longing for home, refused to march further east. Recognizing the limits of his forces, he turned back, heading towards Babylon. The return journey was fraught with difficulties, but Alexander's unyielding spirit inspired his men to push through. The death of Alexander. In 323 BC, at the age of 32, Alexander fell ill in Babylon. His sudden death shocked the world and left a power vacuum that would lead to the fragmentation of his empire. Speculation about the cause of his death ranges from natural illness to poisoning, but the true reason remains a mystery. Legacy. The division of the empire. Following Alexander's death, his generals, known as the Diadochi, fought for control over his vast empire. The ensuing conflicts led to its division into several Hellenistic kingdoms, but the cultural impact of Alexander's conquests endured. Influence on future generations. Alexander's legacy influenced countless leaders and military strategists throughout history. Figures such as Julius Caesar and Napoleon Bonaparte studied his tactics and sought to emulate his success. The ideals of leadership cultural integration, and the pursuit of knowledge that Alexander embodied continue to resonate today. The cultural impact. The cities founded by Alexander, particularly Alexandria, became centers of learning and culture. The blending of Greek and Eastern cultures laid the groundwork for advancements in science, philosophy, and the arts during the Hellenistic period. Conclusion. The rise of Alexander the Great is not merely a tale of military conquests, but a testament to the power of vision, leadership, and the human spirit. His ability to inspire loyalty, adapt strategies, and embrace diverse cultures transformed the ancient world and left an indelible mark on history. Alexander's legacy serves as a reminder of the potential for greatness that resides within individuals, urging us to pursue our ambitions with the same fervor and determination that characterized his extraordinary life. Thanks for exploring history with timeless tales. If you loved these bite-sized historical gems, help us continue by hitting like and subscribing. For more exciting insights, hit the bell and stay tuned. Share with friends and family too. Until next time, stay curious and keep discovering.